Boba. So a layer 2 scaling solution using optimistic rollups effectively. So Boba has been developing pretty well, and actually the ecosystem's starting to look stronger and stronger. There's certainly a couple of red flags and a couple of downsides here, but there's definitely potential for this to do well, and I'm going to talk about specifically what that is in this video. Now, before I get into it, if you're new here, this spreadsheet shows the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. In the videos, I showed myself buying up all of these coins. These were coins I thought would do really well and make a lot of money. You can see what they were all worth when I recorded the videos. You can see the highs all these coins hit around about 16 months on. You can also see the profits that you'd have made if you put $100 into those coins. So you'd have made in that time 123 grand. Now, obviously, we're in a bull cycle right now. If you're not happy with the performance of your portfolio or you don't have one, have a look at copymycrypto.com. That's the site I run where I share my portfolio with my members. So when I'm ready to buy or sell a crypto, I tell my members the crypto that I'm going to buy or sell and the price that I'm going to do it at. This means my members can get in and out of cryptos at the same price as me. So they end up making the same profit, but they don't have any work to do at all. If you actually go onto the site right now, what you'll see are the profits that my members have made. This is public record on the history of this channel. You can also see all of our successes, or many of our successes, and this again is on the history of this channel. And if after reading through and watching the videos and all of that, you like what you see and you want to try it out, and you want to find out the coins that I'm in, the ones that can 20, 40, even 100x, all you've got to do to find out about them, guys, is join up on the site. Now, Boba. So the chart is some grim looking. So launched at around $5, went to an all-time high of just shy of $8, $7.99. And since then has obviously capitulated. But it launched at pretty much the worst possible time, right at the end of the 2021 cycle. Really, we only had a bit of a wave in December, and then January, crash. So it's had a rough time of it in terms of for early investors. As I said, it's an optimistic-based layer, multi-chain layer 2 solution. They aim to unlock the potential of roll-up tech and enable more flexible blockchain communication, i.e. interoperability. The protocol is fully compatible with Ethereum virtual machine-based tools, has already deployed multi-chain support for Avalanche, BNB, Moonbeam, and Phantom. They have lightning-fast transactions and fees anywhere from 40 to 100 times less than the respective layer 1s. They use something called hybrid compute technology that brings the power of Web 2 on-chain with smarter smart contracts that allow developers to leverage off-chain compute and real-world data to deliver better experiences for dApps. The Boba token, or Boba tokens rather, is a governance token for the Boba DAO, which will be used for community initiatives and direction for the network's future. Each Boba holder will get 1 vote for every token that they stake on Boba Network. Token holders will be eligible to submit proposals, etc., etc., etc. This is the problem, by the way, with governance within crypto, right? Governance within crypto really does just favor the richest of the rich. It means that the wealthiest people, the wealthiest Boba holders, as an example, will be able to really move the voting. And that's kind of the issue that I always talk about with governance. I'm not a huge fan of governance in crypto. To be perfectly honest, while I don't mind a sort of crowd-think approach, I've not generally found that crowd-think approaches work that well. I tend to find that you need a leader that's pushing the direction of a protocol or of a business, whatever it is. So I'm not hugely fond of governance within crypto. Also think there's very simple solutions to this, but it gets very overly complicated with quadratic voting and all of these ideas that realistically aren't necessary. Anyway, so Boba have been building for a while. Obviously, it launched in 2021. In terms of dApps that are up and running now, you've got Boba Binance Bridge, you've got Boba Ethereum Bridge, you've got Coinbase that are one of the places you can trade Boba. You've got MegaWorld, MetaMask, Oolong Swap, Sushi, Symbiosis, Unidex. There's some actually very good. This is actually a very good and wide ecosystem. It actually doesn't look bad at all. I really do wish that centralized exchanges would stop being posted as part of the ecosystem. I know technically it is, but it's usually an approach from cryptos to sort of make your ecosystem look bigger than it is. But there are some really real big positives here. Python Network's integrated. You've got Rango Exchange, which is like a multi-chain DEX bridge aggregator. You've got Rovi, which is a Web3 powerhouse, quote unquote. SafePal, of course. And actually, in terms of an ecosystem, it's not bad. It still needs improvement, but it's not bad. And they do have a solid grant system in place. You can, developers can receive anywhere from 10 to 35 grand's worth of Boba tokens for building great projects on Boba. Again, I think that's a very, very good idea. That's a way to really incentivize people to come and build. Right now, I still think the Boba Network needs some development, but it isn't looking too bad. They also are starting to push on the Boba gaming ecosystem. So you can literally click here and play games, and it will take you to the list of Boba specific games that are, only right now there's 5, but this seems to be an area that they're willing to push on. I actually don't think that's a bad idea at all, particularly given better throughput, 40 to 100 times less in terms of fees, given the amount of pure transactions that occur on a gaming on any kind of game. You're basically doing transactions all the time, even if it's just signatures. So removing costs a big deal, or at least limiting costs, big deal. So this, to me, is an area that they could really grow and push. Right now, price action has been horrific. So in terms of success, what does success look like for them? Is it the price getting back to $1? I mean, it did get to $1.20 at the beginning, like March of last year. Is that success? Is the success, starting to break? Is success breaking its previous high? Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course that'd be successful, but I don't think there's a chance in hell that's happening this year. It is also worth noting, you do have token unlocks. There's still 320 million tokens plus that have to be released. There are going to be 22.5 million tokens released in May, in August, and November. You do also have, then another sort of several hundred million that are going to be coming out. These dates are worth keeping in the calendar if you're a Boba holder, because these may well crush down price. Because don't forget, allocation-wise, this is going to be early investors are a big proportion of that. So it is worth noting, there could be price drops. Now, it isn't on Binance, and that's worth noting, because if it isn't on Binance, if it gets listed on Binance, it can get that Binance bounce. And the Binance bounce is a very real thing. We've seen it time and time again. It doesn't matter if it's a spot listing, it doesn't matter if it's a perpetuals listing. We've seen those bounces. So if it was to get that, it probably gets up to about 60 cents real fast. And then all of a sudden you're looking at Boba going, maybe this can get to a couple of bucks. And I really do think that's probably best case scenario. I don't think there's a chance right now, because we've got so many layer 1s, so many layer 2s. They are everywhere. I think the chances of almost legacy-based layer 1s, layer 2s are starting to struggle. So for Boba, best case scenario for me is $2, and that's if a Binance listing occurs. If a Binance listing doesn't occur, I actually really think this is going to struggle to get to $1. It already hit $1.20 in March of last year, and it doesn't look like it's built any momentum since then in terms of price. And the listings matter, especially because as well, if you're not getting volume through, and they're doing okay in volume, but they're not doing amazing, but they're doing okay. But you've got risks of delisting. So best case scenario, like I say, I think a couple of bucks, but I think that's got to get a Binance listing for that to happen. Otherwise, $1 is kind of best case scenario as far as I can see. But I know there are Boba holders out there that are really bullish on what they've been building, what they've been developing. So if you're a bullish Boba holder, what are you hoping to see? What thing do you think is going to be a catalyst to kick this on in terms of price? Share your thoughts in the comments. And guys, look, we're in a bull cycle right now, and if you're not happy with the performance of your coins, if they're not making you money, if you're not, doing well in this bull cycle, then have a look at copymycrypto.com. That's the site I run where I share my portfolio with my members. When I'm ready to buy or sell a crypto, I tell my members the crypto that I'm going to buy or sell and the price that I'm going to do it at. My members can copy along exactly, so they make the exact same profit as me without any work at all. If you go onto my site right now, you'll see the profits my members have made. You'll see our successes. This is public record as well. You can verify it all on the channel. If you are interested in finding out more about the coins I own, the ones that I think can 10, 20, 40, even 100x, to find out about those coins, you've got to join up on the site. And if you do, guys, I will see you there. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. And that's it from me. Have a good day. Bye-bye.